giving notice of the time for public hearing for taxpayers on the adoption of the final budget, adopting the budget in accordance with the state-imposed expenditure limitation and voter-approved excess amount, declaring an emergency. Ms. Rebecca Jimenez.
Thank you, Mayor, Vice Mayor, and Town Council. I'm so happy that we're getting to the end of the budget. This is one of the steps in our final budget process, adopting the tentative budget. You will see a whole slew of advertisements going out in the Casa Grande Dispatch about the truth and taxation hearing for tax levy, the adoption of the final budget, the SLID notification of secondary property tax levy, the notifications for the CFD budgets, and all of this is going to take place on June the 20th, 2022. We will have a public hearing on the final budget, and we will also at that time adopt the final budget if council approves of it. We will have public hearings on the property tax levies themselves, and then those adoptions will occur on July the 5th. The tentative budget kicks off, allows for us to go ahead and post the tentative budget, which I already have online. It's we have the hard copy here at Town Hall, one at the library, and one at the Anthem Fire Station number 2 for public display. And it's also on our town's website for public view right now, if anyone would like to look at that. We have a total budget of $59,794,191, with exclusions of $29,111,471, and that leaves us at our maximum allowable expenditure limitation of $30,682,720 to comply with permanent base adjustment. Again, the public hearing for the budget will be held on June 20th, 2022 at 6 p.m. at the Florence Town Council Chambers here at 775 North Main Street in Florence. And the purpose of the public hearing is to receive public input on the budget. A resolution now is before you to adopt the tentative budget. No would mean that we would not have a tentative budget, and the next date for the final budget is in June, on June 20th. Vote of yes would mean that we're in compliance with state statutes and allowing the tentative budget now to go forward and be advertised. And the total impact of the budget is within your tentative budget documents themselves. I'm very happy that we've got this to this point, and I feel very good about the budget. We had to work very hard. All of us did, town council, staff, the department directors, all administration, to try to get this budget to work within the statutory permanent base adjustment amount. So I'm happy to present this to you tonight, Council.
Thank you very much. Council, do you have any questions or comments? All right. I've appreciated all of the engagement throughout, both from community, council, staff, and with that, we need a motion.
I make a motion, we approve resolution number 1828-22 as read.
Motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. Motion carries.
Thank you, Mayor and Council.
Item B is discussion, approval, disapproval of entering into a rental agreement for unimproved or vacant land with the state of Arizona for Main Street Park. Ms. Garcia.
Mayor and members of council, this is a 5-year agreement with the Arizona Department of Transportation for the area known as Main Street Park. We have put forth a inquiry on purchasing that property. The state did let us know that it would be 9 months to 12 months to be able to come back to us with a price for purchase. There is a statutory clause that states that if the area continues to be used at its original level, that you would pay for the amount of the sale that would be at the time of that use. And so that area has been used for a rest area for highway users, and it continues to have ramadas and things so that people can enjoy it and rest while they're traveling en route from Casa Grande to Payson, from Casa Grande using the highways. And so we very much like to take over and purchase that area. So we're interested in what they have to say to us. Until that time, we have put forth a 5-year agreement. It does allow for a 30-day clause if we are able to purchase it. And the monthly rate of that lease is $1,293.34. The town would like to continue utilizing that as a park. And in our citizen survey, that was voted one of the most best beautiful parks. And so it's important that we maintain.
All right, council, are there any questions, comments? With that, we need a motion.
Make a motion, we approve to enter into a rental agreement for unimproved or vacant land with the state of Arizona for Main Street Park.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Item 9 is our department reports. Are there any questions or comments regarding the department reports? Thank you. This is our second call to the public. I do have a few that would like to speak. Anna James.
Good evening, Mayor, Town Council. I live at 324 North Silver Street. I'm a homeowner. My home would be, I wish I had an RV storage unit to oppose, but what I'm here for is to oppose the proposed eco station, which I would be looking at out my front door. My property is adjacent to this proposed eco station, and I just think it's a very poor use of the land. You know, Florence proper, Florence Old Town, is a relatively small area, and because it was designated sometime in the mid to late 70s as a designated historic town site, I think putting a dump in the middle of it is a really bad idea. So I'm opposed, and I just want to voice my opinion. So thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Appreciate you coming out tonight. And Miss Bonnie Barriola.
Mayor, Vice Mayor, Council members, my name is Bonnie Barriola, and I live on Cheyenne Drive in Maricopa County, no incorporated city or town. I have been working with and for both Florence and Pinal County for the past 30 years as Community Development Director for the town, Senior Planner for Pinal County, and with the Florence Preservation Foundation during all of that time, restoring many historic properties in Florence. My concern is the planned utilities maintenance facility for water and sewer staff, Public Works building that was presented to P&Z last Thursday. It is to be located on 2 town blocks directly east of the current Public Works building. I watched the meeting for another agenda item, but saw this presentation. The property is zoned R2 residential surrounded by single-family homes. The staff report said the town is exempt from zoning regulations. The staff report also says a public hearing and a community meeting are not required for design review. And it gave the statutes for that, but the interpretation of the statute given did not confirm the statement. 2 property owners on Ruggles were there objecting to the planned 2-story metal building surrounded by a CMU wall, 6 feet 8 inches to 8 inches high, and closing Silver Street. The commissioners and residents were told the project would not go before the council. Researching the town zoning codes, I discovered the following town zoning code for R2 says, conditional uses. The following uses may be permitted subject to a conditional use permit. Number 8 in there says public utility buildings, structures, or appurtenances thereto for public services uses. If the town plans to build this type project on Ruggles Street, ignoring the zoning code that says it has to have a conditional use permit approved by the P&Z Commission and Council, both with public hearings, I'm just thinking, why should the town people and business building owners try to improve their properties? And why does everyone else have to follow the zoning codes? And I'm wondering if council is even aware of this planned 2-story, 2-lot metal building on Ruggles to be surrounded by a block wall, not to mention the trash bins the people have been speaking about tonight. One interesting thing was it said no landscaping would be included. I realize you cannot comment on this issue tonight, but trust you will see it goes through the conditional use permit process, resulting in structures more suitable for downtown Florence's primary entryway and an existing residential neighborhood.
Thank you. If you want to leave that with Mrs. Garcia, she'll make sure that we receive a copy as well. I know that was the end because I could tell by your...
I wanted to make one comment. I thought I would have 3 minutes, so I've been sitting here marking out a minute trying to get it down to 2 minutes tonight.
If you could please give a copy to Ms.
I will
Garcia.
email Lisa a copy of it.
Appreciate you, Bonnie. Thank you. All right. That is all I have, and I also see Courtney Ramirez online. Okay. Hang on. Courtney Ramirez is speaking. Hang on. Hang on.
Okay, can y'all hear?
Yes, go ahead.
It's unmuted. Okay, so I have one question and one comment. So is there, I know several of us were a little shocked to hear of the resignation of Gary Prenza with planning and zoning. Is there anything that the city can elaborate on that? It seemed like it was sudden, just kind of like an all of a sudden thing where it was requested by a council member that Gary resign. Is there anything that the city can tell the public what happened?
So at call to the public, you're correct. There is no response, but I can direct a staff member to reach out and communicate with you.
Okay.
I do appreciate you speaking.
Yeah, I did ask, and so far I have not received an answer from anybody over there. And my general comment, I just wanted to stress the importance of the council members, everybody up there, that, they've got certain ethics and morals that they need to follow at all times, whether they're up on the stage or on social media. And I think it's really important that things that are confidential stays confidential, and that they have certain mannerisms that they need to not put out on social media, right? I think it's important for all of them to maintain ethics and morals and professionalism at all times. Okay, so just friendly reminder that they've got a position of authority, and morals that they need to present at all times.
Thank you, Ms. Ramirez. I genuinely do not know what you're talking about, but I will have staff reach out to you.
Thank you.
Ed, come on up. I wasn't saying no, you could not speak. I was just saying there was somebody else that was speaking, so I apologize if it came off that way.
I apologize. This is my second apology this evening, right? Anyway, the last program, the long program, brought up some issues that I think is applicable to the